I said you're sleeping on the couch until you apologize. Those were the exact words my wife threw at me that night, her voice sharp enough to cut through the silence of our living room. I remember standing there holding my phone in one hand, my heart beating so loud it drowned out everything else. I wasn't even sure what I was supposed to be apologizing for. She said it was for being paranoid, for not trusting her, for always needing control. But looking back now, I realize she was just trying to buy herself time, to make me doubt what I'd already started to see. It all began a week before that night. Nothing dramatic, nothing obvious. Just small strange things that didn't fit. Her phone, which used to sit face up on the kitchen counter, suddenly lived face down, screen locked tight. Her laughter, once warm and easy, now came from the next room, muffled behind a closed door. She started wearing perfume to run errands, the kind she used to save for date nights with me. I tried to brush it off. God knows I wanted to. I told myself she was just stressed from work, that maybe she was going through something and didn't want to talk yet. But every time she said, "You're imagining things," that tiny voice in my gut got louder. That Friday night she came home late. Said she went for drinks with her coworkers to celebrate a project. I asked who was there. She said, "Just the team." Simple answer. Too simple. Then she slipped into the bathroom before I could even hug her. I heard her texting in there, 3 quick taps, pause, tap again. When she came out, she was smiling that soft, rehearsed smile I used to love. She kissed me on the cheek and said, "Don't start, okay? I just needed a night out." I nodded, even though my chest burned with questions. Later, when she went to bed, I sat in the dark with her phone sitting inches away on the nightstand, just staring at it. I wasn't proud of what I did next, but I'd reached that point where curiosity becomes pain. I picked it up, entered the passcode, one she'd changed 2 weeks ago, and failed. The screen flashed wrong code. That hurt more than I expected. It wasn't the wrong numbers that broke me. It was realizing that she had something to hide. The next morning she was distant. Cold coffee, colder tone. When I asked if everything was okay between us, she sighed dramatically and said, "You've been acting weird lately. It's exhausting, honestly." I told her I just missed how we used to be. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "Maybe you should stop trying to control me then." That's when the arguments started. Short, sharp ones that bled into longer silences. She began sleeping with her phone under her pillow. Started working late 3 times a week. I knew I sounded paranoid, and that's the worst part, you start questioning your sanity more than their honesty. I began keeping mental notes of times, places, stories that didn't line up. I hated myself for it. I didn't want to be that husband, the suspicious, insecure one. But love makes you stupid. It also makes you blind. Then came that night, the couch night. We'd argued again, this time about her spending so much time helping a coworker with something after hours. His name was Mark. She'd mentioned him in passing before, but never much detail. When I asked who Mark was, she rolled her eyes and said, "You seriously don't trust me with men at work now? God, you're embarrassing." That word, embarrassing, hit harder than it should have. I told her I didn't mean it like that. I just wanted to understand. She exploded. "You always think the worst of me. Maybe if you stopped acting like a jealous teenager, we wouldn't fight all the time." Then she grabbed a blanket from the hall closet and threw it at me. "You're sleeping on the couch until you apologize." And just like that, she turned off the lights, went upstairs and shut the bedroom door. The click of that lock was the sound of something inside me breaking. I didn't sleep that night. I just lay there on the couch, staring at the ceiling, thinking about how love could rot quietly while you were still trying to save it. Around 3 a.m., I heard the faint buzz of her phone upstairs. Then footsteps. Then the bathroom door opening. I walked halfway up the stairs, careful not to make a sound. Through the crack under the door, I saw light from her phone reflecting off the tiles. I heard her whisper, soft but clear enough to slice through the dark. "I can't talk right now." "He's still awake." I froze. My body went numb. For a moment I thought maybe she meant her brother, her mom, anyone else. But then she said, "I miss you too." I didn't confront her right then. I couldn't. I went back to the couch, heart hammering like it wanted out of my chest. I stayed there until morning, watching the sunlight crawl across the wall, counting down the seconds until I could face her without shaking. When she came downstairs, she acted like nothing had happened. Made coffee. Hummed a tune. I asked her straight out, "Who were you talking to last night?" She looked up from her mug, eyes steady, and said, "What are you talking about?" I told her I heard her. She laughed. A small brittle sound. "You're unbelievable. You probably dreamed it. You seriously need to see someone about this paranoia." That was her trick. Always making me doubt myself. I wanted proof. Not for revenge, not even for closure. Just to know that I wasn't crazy. 2 days later I got it. Her phone lit up while she was in the shower. Unknown number. But the preview showed one message. "Can't stop thinking about last night." My stomach twisted. I didn't open it. I didn't need to. She came out moments later, towel in her hair, saw me holding the phone and froze. For the first time, she didn't have a quick lie ready. Her face crumbled and she whispered, "It's not what you think." But it was exactly what I thought. She sat down and told me everything. Or what she claimed was everything. Said it started innocently. That Mark was just a friend who listened when I didn't. That one night turned into another. And then it just happened. The way she said it, like it was an accident, like tripping on a loose tile, made me want to scream. But I didn't. I just listened. I asked her if she ever planned to tell me. She shook her head and cried. Said she didn't know how. Said she hated herself. Said she loved me still. Love. What a useless word it becomes after betrayal. I left that night. Took my keys, my phone, my dignity, or what was left of it, and went to my brother's place. She texted me nonstop for days begging to talk. I didn't respond. Not out of spite, but because I didn't know what to say. What do you tell the person who burned down the life you built together, then asks you to help rebuild it? It's been 3 months now. The house is quieter without her, but also strangely lighter. I still catch myself thinking about her laugh, the way she used to fall asleep on my chest, how we used to dream about our future. Then I remember her whisper in that bathroom, and it all turns to ash again. Sometimes people think betrayal is a single moment, the text, the kiss, the lie. But it's not. It's a slow unraveling, a silent death of trust that you don't notice until you're standing in the ruins, wondering how long you've been living with ghosts. I don't hate her. I think that's the part that hurts the most. I still love the version of her that looked at me like I was home. But the truth is, she left long before I ever slept on that couch. And maybe that's what betrayal really is, not just losing the person you love, but realizing they stopped loving you long before they ever said it out loud.